Hey guys, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell, so you'll be the first to get notified when the next video drops. So without any delay, let's start the video. Qin Shi, once an ordinary boy, weak in studies, ignored by his parents, forgotten by the world. But at the edge of death, he was infected by the strongest parasite alive. Now, in a world where parasites are hunted and destroyed by the government, Qin Shi must hide what he's become, feared by humans, hunted by soldiers, torn between the monster inside and the humanity he's losing. To survive, he must fight. To live, he must evolve. But above all, he must find a way to become human again. This is Qin Shi, Rise of the Strongest Parasite Human. So, at the start of this series, we get to know that a long time ago, a powerful faction forcibly extracted resources from the divine ruins. But the guardian of those ruins punished them by releasing ancient monsters, successfully chasing away the miners. However, the monsters weren't suitable for living in the atmosphere, so they gradually turned into spiritual bodies, latching themselves onto chosen hosts. From that time until now, the guardians have punished them. Then we saw a news report playing on the screen, saying that recently there have been many cases of mutated life forms harming humans, and advising everyone to stay safe. The scene then shifts to a railway station, inside a crowded train. We see a boy wearing headphones, enjoying music. His name is Qin Shi, the main character of this story. He has just stepped into society. He doesn't have much talent in studies and wasted 2 years of his education by playing around. Eventually, his family chased him out, and like most people, he came to Chi Huang City to make a living. Suddenly, we see a policeman taking a short nap on the train. Out of nowhere, a mutated monster appears behind him. Seeing that monster, everyone on the train panics and starts pushing our main character. Qin Shi shouts in rage, "What the hell? Watch out!" The monster then kills the policeman. After that, the monster starts yelling, "Demolition! Demolition!" Everyone on the train becomes terrified and screams, "It's a mutated life form! An evil mutated life form!" Then we get some information about these creatures. These ancient monsters attach themselves to human bodies in the form of spirits, turning them into mutated life forms. After growing deep within their hosts' hearts and taking over their bodies, they go completely berserk. The mutated creature then starts killing humans. Qin Shi says, "Miracle, it's definitely like what I saw in the videos. I'm really seeing a real one this time." Then an announcement rings throughout the train, saying it's approaching the next station. When the train stops at the station, a man is flung out of the window, and everyone starts running out of the train. The mutated monster then corners Qin Shi and keeps shouting, "Demolition! Expand! Reclaim land!" Qin Shi mutters, "What bad luck! I ran into a professional demolition thug." The guy must have been too emotional and became paralyzed when he saw the train doors open, thinking it was his best chance to escape. But after seeing an old granny with her daughter, Qin Shi decides to help them. He says to them, "I'll lure him away. You guys take this chance to escape. Don't mind me. I used to be on my university's track and field team." At the same time, a pair of eyes watches this battle from the shadows. A voice says, "I finally found you, the young man from that time." Qin Shi tries to run from the monster by throwing his school bag at its face, but the monster catches it. Luckily, the granny and her daughter manage to escape safely. Then, the monster punches Qin Shi in the stomach, and blood spurts out of his mouth. He gasps, "I miscalculated. In the end, am I really going to die?" The granny then informs a policeman outside the train that a boy is still inside, urging them to save him quickly. The head of the police operation orders, "This mutated life form will be handed over to the security department. No one is to act rashly." Meanwhile, we see Qin Shi murmuring, "To think I'd experience something like this. I'm so unwilling. How can I fall just like that? I'm still at the start of my life." Then, through his foggy consciousness, a memory surfaces. His mom saying, "This child is beyond hope. Look at the neighbor's son." He remembers being bullied at school and being rejected by his crush when he confessed to her. Pain and indignation surge through his heart. He spits out a mouthful of blood and says, "I just wanted to win. Just once." The monster punches him again, but suddenly, a black fog rushes toward him. A voice echoes, "Live and win." The black fog enters his body. It's a spirit. The spirit says to Qin Shi, "Ha ha ha ha, long time no see." But Qin Shi thinks it's just an illusion after death. The spirit replies, "This kind of worthless death is better left to others. This is not an illusion." The spirit then starts covering Qin Shi's body. When the monster throws another punch, the spirit completely possesses Qin Shi and counters the attack with its own strike. The spirit says, "What I'll give you is hope." And that punch destroyed the monster's hand. Then, the spirit turned its claws from yellow to red and launched an attack that could sever the connection between a person and their parasitic spirit. The spirit then launched the attack toward the monster. The parasitized human turned back into their normal form and fell to the side of the train, unconscious. The spirit tried to escape, but the MC spirit started following it, saying, "High-quality food. I won't hold back this time," and then ate the spirit. But the spirit tasted disgusting. Moments later, the policeman arrived at the site. The MC spirit thought, "The security department." But suddenly, the MC started regaining his consciousness. When he looked at himself in the mirror, he was terrified. He said, "What's going on?" and started shouting to the security department officers, "What's happening to me? What have I done? Why are there horns on my head?" But the officers thought it was just a fancy outfit from a manga. They looked at the MC with dead eyes. When the MC saw the person lying unconscious nearby, he remembered what had happened and muttered, "Does this mean I've been parasitized?" Then the spirit said, "Now you know. I was the one who saved your life." But one of the officials shouted, "The person was killed by you." Qin Shi tried to explain, saying, "He's just passed out." But the officers opened fire. The spirit inside the MC's body took control to dodge the bullets. Qin Shi shouted, "Why are you controlling my body? Who are you?" The spirit replied, "Let's get away first." But suddenly, a bullet hit the MC in the back, and the spirit said, "It seems we haven't perfectly synchronized yet." Qin Shi, with a pained yet blushing face, muttered, "It tickles." Then one policeman said, "The tranquilizer dart is ineffective. Stun him with a shock grenade." At that moment, the spirit completely took over his body, saying, "Leave it to me." It deflected the shock bullet with a single swing and leapt out of the train window. Then we saw a lady with blonde hair. She was an infantry captain. She asked the officer, "What's the situation inside? Has he been caught?" The captain stepped into the train and asked, "How is it? Did you catch him?" The officers replied, "The target is extremely agile." The captain frowned and said, "I'm giving you a chance to prove yourself, but you're really disappointing." Then she turned to her dog and said, "We're short on time. We need results as soon as possible." The dog said, "I've noticed you're always hunched over when talking to me. It looks exhausting. I might as well change back." Then the dog started transforming and turned into a human. The captain said, "Staying in animal form feels more approachable." The transformed companion replied, "Is that so? This way, communication is easier, and we can show mutual respect." Based on the claw marks and the nature of the conflict at the scene, they concluded, "It should be him." The captain asked, "What about the distance?" Her aide replied, "A newly formed spirit that has just possessed a human body is highly unstable. It couldn't have gone far." The captain said, "Looks like we'll need you, Grand Mystic." The aide muttered, "The Security Bureau's rules are useless trials. Meanwhile, I could really use a talent like you by my side." Bufong. Grand Mystic Bufong sighed and replied, "Forget it. I'm not omnipotent. I'm not good at everything. Every mystic has their own unique ability. We're born different from normal people, so it's not convenient to join any particular organization." "Wait a moment," he said, sitting by the side of the train. The captain snapped, "This isn't the time for resting." But Bufong was sensing the spirit's energy and said, Finding him will cost extra. The captain replied, "Don't worry, you'll be compensated." Bufang then started using his ability and sensed the spirit running away. The spirit revealed its real form and made a weird face. Seeing that, Bufang was terrified. The spirit laughed and said, "Your tracking technique is way too creepy," before lunging forward and devouring him. Before losing consciousness, Bufang gasped to the captain, "I found it," and collapsed, muttering, "This presence, impressed," and passed out. The captain immediately summoned a flying squirrel and ordered, "Chase it! Chase the spirit." Then she thought, when it comes to speed, no one can outrun flying squirrel. Then we saw Qin running away while shouting to the spirit, "Hey, how long are you planning to occupy my body?" The spirit replied calmly, "I'm already a part of your body now, like your limbs. We can't be separated." Qin groaned, "I mean, you keep jumping between buildings. I feel sick, and I'm afraid of heights." The spirit said, "It's not safe down there. Who knows what kind of sorcery might be tracking us?" Qin protested, "I still want to go down." The spirit snapped, "Idiot, do you want to make us visible in midair?" Then Qin tried to take back control of his body. But as soon as he succeeded, he lost balance, fell from the sky, and crashed into the ground. Qin groaned in pain. "That hurts like hell." The spirit shouted angrily, "You stubborn fool. If it weren't for my outer armor, you'd be long dead. Great, now the skin's gone. It'll take a while to recover. Get it together, you're on your own for now." Qin muttered, "None of your business." The spirit exclaimed, "Hey, are you going the wrong way?" Then we saw a rough-looking man running away from the cops, shouting, "Spare me. I haven't eaten in days." Suddenly he spotted Qin and behind him the police. Qin quickly hid inside a dustbin. "At least they're not after me," he whispered. Then Qin asked the spirit, "Where are we going next?" The spirit replied, "Head to the shelter first. When you get out of here, look for a clock tower building. You can't go back home now. The security bureau won't miss a single detail. They'll even drill holes in your walls if they have to." Qin suddenly remembered something and asked, "Wait, do you think they'll find something else at my place?" The spirit sighed, "Do you have something else hidden there?" Qin face went pale as he realized, "I forgot to delete my movies from the hard drive." The spirit scolded him, "You're still thinking about that at a time like this? Humans really are something." As Qin walked down an empty street, someone suddenly lunged at him from a nearby building. A man in a squirrel-like suit jumped around him and shouted, "Stand still where you are. Ha ha ha. You're not getting away." He flipped backward and declared, "Hand over the spirit possessing your body, and you'll regain your freedom. If you know what's good for you, cooperate with me." The spirit warned, "I know you can't accept this, but we have to defeat him." Qin smirked and said, "All right, I'm with you." The spirit was startled. "What? You actually agreed?" The flying squirrel grinned. "Good. Now, hands on your head, and kneel toward me." Qin replied, "I meant cooperate with the spirit, not with you." The spirit growled, "You thoughtless jerk." But Qin suddenly shouted, "You parasite monster inside me," and charged forward, throwing a punch at the flying squirrel. The attacker caught the punch effortlessly. "Old tricks. Boring little moves," he sneered. The spirit laughed. "Haha, I knew you weren't that kind of person. This is the only weapon I can provide right now." Qin hand transformed, covered in glowing spirit armor. He clenched his fist, gathering power. "Thanks a lot," he said, and launched a powerful punch at the flying squirrel. The blow was unstoppable. The flying squirrel was sent flying and crashed into the wall. Qin looked at his fist in awe. "This knuckle, it's awesome." The spirit haughtily corrected him. "It's not a knuckle duster, it's a claw, a divine tool forged by my fellow spirit companions." The flying squirrel stood back up, panting. "Attacking security personnel is a serious offense. Forced arrest is now in effect." Qin shouted, There's no way you're restricting my freedom. Handing you over would be so wrong, Spirit exclaimed. Well said. Come and catch me if you can. I'll fight to the end. Qin, she stated firmly. You'll pay the price for your choice. Flying Squirrel said angrily. He then started jumping here and there while yelling, Surrender now. Qin, she wasn't able to see where he was. Watch your back, Spirit cried out, and then Flying Squirrel knocked Qin Shi from behind. He is really fast, but more aggressive. Try attacking his lower body, Spirit advised. Qin Shi muttered, I need to react in time. I have to. He then turned both his hands into spirit armor. Flying Squirrel kicked him again. He flung away to the side. Dustin, spirits are... Don't worry. I'm here. Qin Shi was angry and sad. Shut up. Stop giving useless advice. If it were an ordinary person, I would have definitely broken someone's bones. Spirit said, crying. I'm the one who took the hit for you. Spirit warned. He's coming. Qin Shi quickly grabbed a cylinder and threw it toward Flying Squirrel. When Flying Squirrel destroyed the cylinder, the smoke blocked his view. You damn brat! Squirrel yelled, angry. Qin Shi lunged at him, saying, I haven't fought in ages. Don't force me. They both started clashing with each other. Qin Shi had an advantage in this fight. Flying Squirrel backed away, his clothes bearing claw marks. He was injured. Qin Shi declared, I'm still good to go. There's no weapon in this world sharper than my claws. Spirit boasted. Flying Squirrel said angrily, Now you really ticked me off. I'm going to tear your body apart. Rip you to shreds. I can smell a parasite spirit inside him. He is a HROMORP. Qin Shi Spirit said, It looks like those security agents can't hold up with just their rusty scrap metal. They had to bring in outside help. The parasite spirit tries to use the host's body to achieve its own liberation. Its goal. But your attacks disrupted the balance between the host and the parasite spirit. Qin Shi asked, You mean I severed the connection between the host and the parasite spirit? Split them apart? Spirit said, Exactly. That initial stage when the host and the spirit are in sync is called concordance. Qin Shi's spirit added, But you didn't completely sever it. Flying Squirrel's dense spirit yelled, Pain endurance for all. Unleash in this moment. Hand over the parasite spirit inside you, or I'll kill you. Qin Shi observed. His condition isn't just like the one I saw on the train car. His spirit has full bestification. This guy was desperate to succeed. The parasite spirit has taken over his body. Flying Squirrel attacked Qin Shi multiple times, then got beside him and attacked while rolling. Qin Shi's spirit yelled, Left side! But Qin Shi wasn't able to dodge the attacks. Spirit said, Hey, if this keeps up, I won't last either. Qin Shi replied, Then let's go all in. He used his full force to stop Flying Squirrel and threw him away. Flying Squirrel fell on the road and crashed into a truck. Qin Shi grinned. That was just what I'd expect from you. Spirit added, Haha, you didn't notice our cooperation getting better and better. Qin Shi looked back and Flying Squirrel was not there. Qin Shi exclaimed, What? He's disappeared again. He looked upward and saw Flying Squirrel coming at him. It got in front of him and taunted, I'm right in front. Qin Shi attacked it with his claws, but that was just an afterimage. He was shocked. Flying Squirrel whispered, I'm right behind you, and locked his arm around Qin Shi's throat. Qin Shi's spirit said, That's a naked choke. This is a checkmate. Qin Shi choked out, Of course I know. I'll soon lose consciousness. Flying Squirrel said, I wasn't really ready for this one. Then Qin Shi pleaded, Hey, can't you use your exoskeleton? Spirit sadly replied, Still in recovery mode. I'm done for this time. I'm glad I got to inhabit your body and feel like I had a purpose. Too bad I couldn't last. We were compatible even if it was for a short time. Thank you. Qin Shi struggled. You're saying that a bit too early. He then punched himself in the face and asked, You're coming back after this, right? When he punched himself, the spirit got out of his body. Spirit exclaimed, Wow, That move is way too extreme. Flying Squirrel lunged at the spirit, yelling, "You are mine now," and tried to eat it. But the spirit got back into Qinshi's body. Qinshi opened his eyes and declared, "This is the end. Let me put you out of your misery." This is the key that severed the bond between human and symbiote. Spirit said, "That was my line." Qinshi attacked him with his claws, and the connection between them was severed. Flying Squirrel was shocked. He cried out, "How could this be possible?" He crashed onto the ground, and his spirit ran away. Qinshi's spirit said, "That was a desperate gamble, but I managed to break free." Qinshi chuckled, "You aren't going to eat it? Nah, let it go. Ha ha ha. I bet you can't catch it." Office building security and command. After some time, some people got to Flying Squirrel. A flying spirit asked, "Did the mission fail?" A robot policeman replied, "I was about to ask you that." Flying Squirrel muttered, "Damn contract, Captain Bu. But now," the robot asked, "Captain Bu, were you sent by the 9th District? They don't welcome you." The short flying spirit looked on. The scene shifted to a building in the middle of a rainy weather. A head officer stated, Incidents of rogue symbiotes attacking people have become frequent. Captain Bu always steps in to handle them, leaving the other commanders with no room to act. As expected from the great hero of Chi Huang City. This officer was the governor of the security department, Ming Liang. Another person with green hair, Commander Zhang Chun of the 9th District, asked, "Captain Bu works tirelessly. Now her men have shown up at my 9th District's doorstep. So, did you catch it?" Bu replied, "This capture mission was mainly for data collection. Securing the symbiote is just a matter of time." Zhang Chun said, "Oh, sounds like this is a tough one. Mobilizing the entire security department to catch a small fry seems like overkill." Commander Meng said, "Captain Bu, if you want to make a difference, the first rule is, don't overstep your boundaries, right? This is just the time to test the new weapon given by the governor. No need to trouble yourself over 9th District affairs." Bu said angrily, "What? You gave him your new project?" Commander Meng continued, "The priority has always been the BU team. The higher-ups don't trust anyone else. Besides, the position of commander of the unzoned 11th District will be yours soon. So why rush?" Bu glared at her and left the side, saying, "I'll go on official duties. See you." Then her phone rang. She picked up the phone and said, "Hello? Who's this?" The person on the phone said, "Bu Fong? I can help you find who you are looking for, but I want double the payment." Night with Stars Sanctuary and Warning. We saw Qin moving in a crowded street. He saw the Chi Huang City entrance had an emergency state alert. He saw his own face with a 5-star wanted notice. He clicked on his information. After seeing that, his spirit said, "You're a celebrity now. Too bad you're not free." Qinshi replied, "Thanks to you." Then he clicked on the Yejali forum. Messages showed from many people. Some were saying, "My house is haunted. The computer turns on by itself. All the food in the fridge disappeared." Another post read, "My kids went mad. White anyone. These damn things possessed by us symbiotes. Freaking parasite spirit." After seeing this, Qinshi's spirit said, "What kind of garbage site is this? Wild Rooster stands proud, unbound. Its ancestor was a phoenix. What kind of messed up nonsense is this?" Qinshi explained, "Yegelin always gets roasted, but it actually means phoenix. When it's been reborn from the ashes, it means this form will never die. It's also the main intel hub for Chihuang. Both open and underground info circulates here. If we keep hiding like this, we'll get caught eventually. We need to survive first, find that clock tower shelter, then figure out how to extract the symbiote from me. I want to be human again. I don't want to live with a parasite forever." Qinshi thought, then said to the spirit, "Look, there's someone just like you who got caught. They said all comm systems are getting shut down. Power off now. Don't want to get tracked." Spirit scoffed, "Useless. Even powered off, they'll trace you through the signal tower. Smartphones still ping approximate location. If we get surrounded, it's game over. Then, suddenly, many policemen pointed their guns at Qin Shi and shouted, "Get him!" Qin Shi turned on his spirit armor and attacked the policeman who was trying to fire. Multiple shurikens got out of his bag and stabbed the policeman from behind. Seeing that, the commander of the policemen tried a heavy attack toward Qin Shi, but he dodged all of them and cut his gun and the head policeman in half too. Spirit commented, "These guys aren't really skilled, just annoying." Qin Shi got into an old clock tower and asked the spirit, "No one inside?" Spirit replied, "It's been abandoned for years." Qin Shi said, "It's so. Are you sure this place is safe?" Spirit said, "Relax. Once you're here, it's like you've vanished from the world." They got to the top floor. Qin Shi said, "This is the end of the line. Something is moving around us. Can you feel it?" Spirit said, "They are welcoming you. Read this word out loud." Qin Shi read, "Flames of the abyss, purify my heart, banish evil, bind spirit, protect and preserve." Then, everything around him started changing. Qin Shi asked the spirit, "What's happening?" Spirit explained, "That's the initiation to activate the shelter's barrier. Once inside, all external contacts are cut off." Then, with a bright flash, everything changed around him. Some spirits showed themselves from the dark and lunged at him from everywhere. Qin Shi cried, "What's with these symbiotes? I can't breathe." Qin Shi's spirit shouted, "Out of my way!" Hearing that, all the spirits got away. Crystal Ball, the Xian arts master. After that, we saw a woman with white hair. She was saying, "They're drooling over your body. Too bad you're already taken." Qin Shi asked, "Who's there?" She said, "Life's rough for a symbiote host." Then she slowly slid down to the ground and said, "Wow, I still got to work on my landing move." Qin Shi thought, another lackey sent by the security bureau. Now's my chance. He lunged toward the woman, but the spirit tried to say, "Wait, she's not." But that woman separated the spirit from Qin Shi's body with just one palm strike. Qin Shi yelled, "Crap, I can't move at all." The woman held his throat while grabbing it and said, "Rampaging inside my house? How rude." Then Spirit told him, "Call Sister Qing. Quick, call Sister Qing. She's been protecting us all this time." Qin Shi urgently said, "Sister Qing, it's a misunderstanding." After hearing that, the woman released her telekinesis magic from his throat. Qin Shi gasped, almost suffocated there. The woman said, "You've got some nerve. Coming back. Thoughts of running off? So, was the outside world as safe as you imagined?" Qin Shi thought, "She can talk to the symbiote inside me. Is she a symbiote host, too?" Then the spirit said, "Sister Qing is a Xian arts master. She's trained to see spirits, and she's lived over 100 years. Now you must show her respect." The woman started using her power to lift Qin Shi from the floor and said, "This human vessel you're lodged in sure is tender. Just what I need. A servant. How about it? Brat, out of respect for me, wash clothes and cook for me, and I'll let you stay." Qin Shi said, "Living under someone else's roof? As someone else?" The woman's head smirked smugly. "Do you think you have a choice?" Then his spirit urgently said, "Say something nice. You've got no leverage here." Qin Shi replied, "Even if you look young, it can't hide the fact you're an old hag without shame. Besides, I've got you. Xian arts masters aren't all that. Let go of me." Hearing that, Qing's face darkened with anger. Then, with just one swing of her hand, Qin Shi got thrown away. She didn't stop there. She kept flinging Qin Shi away and then took him in front of her. Qin Shi angrily said, "You old witch." Qing said, "Well, symbiote, you should understand your situation. Any disturbance involving a symbiote host ends up here sooner or later, even if you're inside him. I won't go easy. Beg for mercy, and I might forgive your rudeness." Then the spirit pleaded, "Sister Qing, maybe we could talk things out first? Let us down. Like, maybe over a cup of tea. Right, Chinshi? But Chinshi said, symbiotes are people too. This kind of binding humiliation is unbearable. You're the one being unreasonable. And launched an attack toward her. She dodged that attack easily and threw him out of the clock tower. Some policemen saw him. He landed on their backs. Chinshi groaned. That hurts like hell. So unlucky. Ran into another century-old lunatic. Then the spirit said, now you've done it. Offended Sister Ching. She could help us avoid danger. And she shared info beneficial to both of us. Chinshi thought, that palm strike. It almost hosts the spirit and me apart. If something happens to a host, they all come to her, not to mention all the symbiotes around her. And she's lived over a century. That proves she knows everything and everyone in this city. Maybe she can help me return to being human. Then the spirit told him, Sister Ching is usually kind and gentle. No idea what's up with her today. Chinshi said, women have their days, you know? Maybe today's just one of those times. Then Chinshi declared, I need to earn her trust. Evergreen tree, the price of freedom. We saw Chinshi and the spirit roaming in a forest. Chinshi said, my wallet's gone. I had all my coins and bank cards inside. Only a few coins left. Spirit added, we must have dropped it during the fight. Somewhere, Chinshi's phone rang. When he picked up, the automated voice said, hello. Your local identity has been restricted. Connection failed. Please resolve authentication properly. Then Chinshi quickly said to his spirit, memorize these numbers. We'll all need them in a bit. We then saw some policemen taking a man with a gun somewhere. Chinshi realized, they're all definitely going to trace me. This smart device has been with me for years. Hard to say goodbye. Farewell. He threw his mobile into the lake around him. But suddenly, a parasite human found that mobile and took it. Ribbon Haisha's shift. Next, we saw two waitresses saying, thanks for your patronage. Please come again. A girl with pink hair, Haisha, said, Master, thanks for waiting. As you can see, this is a magic drink, and I'm about to activate the magic now. She started shaking the bottle, but then forgot the next step. The client chuckled. Magic freeze? Doubt. Ha ha ha. Bonus. Sit next to me. I'll help you out. Haisha corrected him. Pardon me, everyone. Please pay attention. I am reciting the spell. She thought, this is my 80th time working as a maid at this cafe. I loathe weird requests from customers, but I have to smile and endure. I still haven't made any income because I owe the owner money. He funded my college tuition. The customer tried to kiss her. She thought, with this dual personality, I have to repay the debt to gain my freedom. Haisha then punched the bottle against the customer's face and declared, here's your happy water. The customer's security guard yelled at her. Bitch, what kind of attitude is this? Another maid came and tried to beg his forgiveness, saying, we will have someone else serve you better. Haisha walked out of the cafe, muttering, what a bunch of scumbags. Moneybag, the bounty, and the plan. Suddenly, her phone rang. When she picked up, a voice on the other end said, Haisha, what do you think you are doing? This is the second time. That's Boss Chen. We can't afford to offend him. You better go make it up to him. Otherwise, I'll ship you off to the unplanned zone to do the dirtiest, hardest work. Can you hear me? 3 strikes and you're out. Haisha thought, Boss Chen looks like a juicy mark. She lied to the person on the phone. Got it. I'll go now. A purplish aura radiated from her, and her eyes started glowing. She then sat beside the customer and said, sorry about earlier. I'll prepare a pink happy water just for you to cool off. The customer grinned. Forget the drink. You stay and play with me, then we'll call it even. He started touching her thigh. Haisha snapped. Where do you think you're touching? Your passions. She started using her powers. The customer nervously said, this ain't so incentive. You really can use magic, huh? She commanded, come with me after your shift. The customer eagerly complied. We next saw both of them in a hotel. Boss Chen was saying, Miss Haisha, I've actually had my eye on you for a while. You're so light. But suddenly, Haisha transformed herself and declared, "You pervert! I'm not Haisha." The old guy was shocked. She came up behind him, hit his head, and he was unconscious. She took his wallet and looked through it. She realized, a security bureau guy? What? Boss Chen is just some phony. I thought I could cash in on a debt. She looked at his phone and saw a wanted notice about Qin Shi with a bounty of 120K red coins. She thought, this face really looks similar. Then she remembered. He was in the class next to mine in college. Wow, 120K? That much. Telephone the desperate call. We next saw Qin Shi trying to use a phone booth. He sighed. I've called everyone I could. Didn't lend a single cent. And one even kicked me when I was down. He started playing with his leftover coins, thinking, just one coin left. Spirit prompted. Who are you calling next? Run. Qin Shi started thinking hard. With that last coin he called Haisha. The scene shifted to Haisha's employee dormitory. She looked at her phone. Unknown number. Hello? Who's this? Qin Shi's voice was heard. Hello. Haisha? It's me, Qin Shi. Been a while. Do you remember me? She asked in shock. Qin Shi? She thought, he just tried to contact me earlier, and I didn't pick up, and now he's calling again. She smoothly replied, of course I remember you. You were in the class next to mine back in college. We were even in the same club. Scene shifted to their school days. Haisha smiled at Qin Shi. You're so tall. Qin Shi recalled. Oh, I dropped mine in the river. Haisha thought. Looks like my fishing plan is still on track. I remembered you were the club president. You're the one who pulled me in. Back to the present call. Qin Shi spoke quickly. I'm calling you from a payphone, so I'll keep it short. I'm sure you heard about my situation, but now things are really dangerous for me. I need your help. Haisha thought. It's my chance, she said. Of course. We were classmates, after all. Just tell me what you need. Qin Shi explained. I lost my wallet and my phone, too. So you're in Huang City, too, right? Can you lend me some cash? I seriously can't survive the night right now. I also pissed off an important figure. If I want her trust, I'll have to use every resource I can. But first, I need money to execute my plan. Haisha thought. So that's it. But still, I need to take care of my own affairs first. This is the perfect time to meet up with him. Then I'll contact that Bufang guy and get an advance payment out of him. All right, that's the plan. Once I repay my debt, I'll finally be free and leave that wrecked place forever. She told Qin Shi. Yep. I'm also working in Huang City. Don't worry, I've got some spare cash. I can lend you some for the time being. Qin Shi happily replied. Thank you so much. Once I get through this, I'll pay you back double. She asked. But you're a wanted man. How am I supposed to get the money to you? He said. Don't worry. I won't drag you into this. Just grab the cash and leave it somewhere safe. I'll pick it up. Spirit thought. Something feels off about this. Haisha finalized the arrangement. All right. Then, tomorrow morning, around 7. I'll leave the package at Warehouse 4 at Beiyang Port, District 9. Hardly anyone passes by there. It's safe. One more thing. But suddenly the phone was cut off. Qin Shi cursed. Damn it. I ran out of time. Haisha thought. One more thing. Be careful. Hope you don't get caught by the security bureau. We each got our own goals. Whether you escape or not, that's on you. Broken heart mourning betrayal. We saw Qin Shi walking down the stairs. Spirit asked him, by the way, don't you have parents? Why not ask them for help? Qin Shi got sad. He thought, ever since I was young, I've always been independent. Never really felt secure. Whatever I do, my parents always criticize or shut me down. Even when I was hurt outside, I never confided in them. Asking them for help just fills me with guilt. Tears started coming out of his eyes. He said, I just don't want to trouble them. The scene shifted to the next morning. Qin Shi mumbled, first time sleeping under a bridge with these old guys. Still not used to it. When he woke up, he saw that he was tied with a rope. The people around him said, "Good morning, young man. What are you guys doing?" "Sorry, kid. We tied you up while you were sleeping last night. This way, we can earn a little cash." She got angry. The people around him pleaded, "Don't blame us. They're all just trying to survive. The security bureau should be here any minute now." She scoffed. "You think this is enough to keep me down?" He started using his powers and broke the rope. Everyone was shocked. Spirit cheered. Morning stretches. Feeling fired up for the day. Don't let him get away. Get him. They started attacking him. But when they used a stick to hit the stick broke. Everyone was shocked. She defeated all of them with just one swing. Then a fat guy with a huge hammer came out and said, "Let me handle this." She defeated him easily, too. His hammer broke completely, and his clothes were torn. The man cried, "Don't kill me. I surrender. I was wrong. Sorry. Cross this bridge and head south. It's not far from the Miracle Park." As she started heading south, the man panted, "Sweats. Scared myself." People who saw him running shouted, "Hey, look, it's that HROMORP." Then we saw the guy who took She's mobile phone. She slipped into a manhole, hiding from the security cameras around him. Metro, the sewer, and the symbiote truth. Spirit observed, "A drain from the security bureau? Never seen this thing before. Something newly developed." Spirit added, "They're really ramping up the search. Not even the sewers are safe. It shows they understand tagged heteromorphs can't move. Let's climb up this way. In this situation, returning to human form is safer. Also, it saves post-release energy because the host spirit lives inside the human body. They can supply each other with energy. A host spirit used to be a waste, and one meal could sustain it for 5 to 7 days. Same for the host spirit now. That's why you haven't felt hungry since yesterday, even without eating." She thought, "I see. No wonder I didn't feel hungry. So, do host spirits eat each other?" Spirit answered, "Sort of a survival of the fittest deal. Lower-level spirits absorb energy from nature to survive, but no one wants to stay at the bottom of the food chain, so they try every way possible to inhabit a human host to stay alive. Those who can't find a suitable human host get eaten by higher-level spirits." She mused, "Isn't human society kind of the same way? We're all just struggling laborers at the bottom." Spirit agreed. "That's why for a host spirit, finding a suitable human is like you humans finding the right partner." She shut him up and started thinking, "Ugh, who would want a partner with a monster? I still want to return to being a human." Spirit reminded him, "You really don't remember? You saved me back then." She replied, "How could I forget? Otherwise, I would have handed you over to that flying squirrel heteromorph." He started thinking, "Before I came to Huang City, I read in the Wild Chicken Grove forums about the Security Bureau's cruel treatment of heteromorphs." Then, on the screen, she saw a guy speaking. "Those bastards used some huge machine that emitted a blinding light and scanned me from head to toe, and then blasted me with a roaring vibration. My body felt like it was being torn apart. Even though I returned to human form now, my body is weakening day by day. My immune system is failing. I've got septicemia, and I'm close to dying. Security Bureau, you owe me an explanation." We saw the comments of many people sympathizing with that guy. She muttered, "Should I still go? But I already bought the ticket after all." Huang City is an enclave on the map, a place once abandoned by both the state and the people. Now it's a strange zone led by both human and heteromorphs. The key is working here pays twice as much as in other cities. The guy on the same screen advised, "I advise all heteromorphs. Get along with your host spirit. Stop dreaming of returning to human form. Surrendering to the Security Bureau will only bring you pain." Moai Miracle Park and the Memory Rift. She came to the Miracle Park and thought, Bayong Port should be nearby. Once I get Haisha's package, I'll go find that Qingjia. This place is so deserted. Looks like it's been abandoned for a while. What happened here? Maybe find a high vantage point to scout the area. No, it's not the time to be strolling through the park. The statue is there. Text is below it. He cleared the sand from the text and read, Statue of the Mother Goddess of Creation. Construction, 4000 to 200 BCE. Preservation, 200 years ago. Present. Qin thought, ever since humans began excavating divine relics, the guardians failed to stop them. The excavators toppled the Queen's mother statue, leaving only ruins. Just the head remains here. And this led to the rift event. Rift event? Rift event? A rift? A rift to another world. Then the spirit started getting a huge headache with its host. She cried out, My head hurts. What's happening? She shouted. Ah! He seemed to remember something. That is the Mountain Sea realm. It used to be my homeland. The so-called strongest beast battle on Earth begins now. Cross swords, the Mountain Sea realm flashback. We saw Qin Shi and the spirit transported to another world. Qin Shi asked, What? Where is this? Why do I look like this? Another spirit said, Let's begin the second round. Qin Shi's spirit realized, This is my memory. You're in my memory. Qin Shi demanded, What are you? Why are you attacking me? Spirit explained, He's called Skywolf. Like you, he's a fighter. This is a territory battle. The victor will gain the largest piece of land. Use your claw to defeat him and take back what is rightfully ours. They both started fighting. Spirit narrated, We both carry the mission of our respective lands, fighting with earth-shaking force. Sky and ground crawling. Equality match. This guy is really strong. The opponent said, Kinda tough. At that moment, for an unknown reason, celestial anomalies appeared. Several rifts opened across the land. Everyone started getting sucked into that rift. They couldn't hang on to the end either, so they were also pulled away by this powerful force. After arriving in the human world, their bodies mutated, features turned ferocious, sizes grew enormous, and divine guardians called them ancient beasts. We were summoned here to punish the thieves exploiting divine relics. All the beasts started attacking the miners. Qin Shi turned into a miner and said, This time, I'll definitely accomplish something. Spirit warned, Run! You're no match for these beasts. Then a huge beast attacked him and he died. A massive conflict broke out between the beasts and humans, leading to chaos. Attacks reached a nearby village. A dying human thought, We drove away the relic thieves. We failed to protect the divine resources. They got what they wanted in the end. The rift closed, and the ancient beasts were unable to return home. The guardian said, Miscalculated. Looks like this old life of mine. Qin Shi thought, My body was cut in half. I didn't even get a chance to shine. My body then split into two. Didn't even get to say my last word. These ancient beasts also turned into spirit forms. Spirit explained, We couldn't adapt to this world's climate and air. We didn't die. We simply exist now as a spirit. It got into Qin Shi's body, and we came back to the park site again. Direct hit, the cocoon break-in plan. Spirit summarized, Later, I and the other host spirits were locked away in a dark space until an explosion occurred and we escaped. After possessing several life forms, all showed signs of rejection. During that time, I met you as a boy in Qingjie, who helped me through a crisis. A dying robot policeman appeared and said, You were very weak. Now, two choices. Fend for yourself or come with me. Spirit asked, How can you see me? Qin Shi asked, Got through a crisis? Why is that security department seizing you? Spirit revealed, It's not just me. It's all heteromorph hosts. I heard from Qingjie they need to carry out a mission called the Cocoon Break-In Plan, which requires many host spirits. So we're hunting down these foreign beams. And the one who issued the mission is the Crimson Emperor Lord, known as King Tian-Yi, the true master of Crimson Empire City. Qin Shi recalled, I saw this in the Wild Rooster Forest community, and I heard he's at the top of the Crimson Emperor Tower. Words appeared below. Get to another realm. Probably that rift. Qin Shi realized. What? There are other passages connected to the Mountain Sea realm in this world. Qing never told me this. Zhongli Qing, you're hiding this from me. He thought, this Qing. Looks like I must see you. But first, what's in front of me? Look over there. That's Beiyang Port. Let's go. Fire resonance and second awakening. The scene shifted. Bufang was under pressure. Haisha, who was captured, was trapped in an impossible dilemma. Bufang told her, you are human. How can you trust a monster? Believe in the Security Bureau's power. You won't die. Qin Shi's spirit told him, Qin Shi, I'll always support you. I respect whatever choice you make. That pink-haired girl, Haisha, got on her back. Bufang yelled, who goes there? Snap out of it. Qin Shi thought, that girl is Haisha. Transform back to human. Not now. I won't let them take you. Let's work together and get out of here. Bufang said, it's too late. But suddenly, Qin Shi's spirit got into his body again, and a huge explosion happened. Bufang got thrown away. She cried, oh no! Qin Shi declared, I won't hand my spirit over to you people. Seeing that, she was shocked. Qin Shi's spirit explained, this phase is called resonance. When our beliefs align perfectly, our bond creates extraordinary power. Second form awakening. Qin Shi marveled, this ancient, this incredible. Now we are truly one. As the main body, you can not only control weapons at will, but also harden this power directly. Bufang thought, he evolved. That pink-haired girl, Haisha, said, Qin Shi, I only did this to get my advance payment and earn my freedom back. I'm sorry I used you. Bufang sneered. So, you're the little informant who sold me intel. Now you're helping him instead? What an interesting relationship you two have. Your moves are pathetic, stupid. Haisha complained. I'm not little. My seduction power didn't work on machine bodies. If only I had Qin Shi's liberation ability. Qin Shi thought, I just got this body. Still getting used to it. Not sure what can I really do yet. Where do I even start? Bufang commanded. Bring him down. The robot policeman started firing at Qin Shi's head right at him, and he easily dodged all the bullets. Haisha thought, too fast. Can't get a clear shot. Look out. Electromagnetic cannon. One hit, and you'll be paralyzed. Then the robot blocked her mouth. Qin Shi destroyed the policeman's weapon, and an attack landed on him. But that didn't even make a dent. Bufang yelled, all units, maximum firepower. All the bullets were shot at Qin Shi. World map the next step. The scene shifted to that fisherman/parasitized man. He was saying to his boss, I'll send you coordinates. Both sides are putting on quite a show. I'm almost tempted to join in myself. The commander on the phone said, listen carefully. I want the host spirit inside Qin Shi. Everyone else in my way dies. Starting trouble in my District 9 territory? They've got guts. Time for me to step in personally. The scene shifted back to Qin Shi. He was unscathed after taking those bullets. He said, I think I'm getting the hang of it. Now it's my turn. Qin Shi suddenly appeared beside the robot, just as it swung at him. He dodged the metallic fist and slashed across its armor with his claws. More police robots rushed in from behind, attacking him all at once. But when Qin Shi glanced back, he saw the pink-haired girl, Haisha, reaching toward him, begging for help. He sprinted toward her. Getting Haisha out of here won't be easy, he thought, cutting through the robots that lunged at him. With a single sweeping slash, he tore them all apart. But one robot shot a chain and wrapped it tightly around his arms and legs. Surrender. Qin Shi pulled both chains forward with brute force. The two robots holding them crashed into each other and exploded. The robot gripping Haisha turned toward her, raising its weapon. But before it could strike, Qin Shi was already closing the distance. A sharp voice cut in. You outsiders shouldn't act so arrogant. Captain Bai dropped from above and aimed a powerful kick straight at him. Qin Shi brought his arms forward, blocking the blow. Even Haisha's eyes widened. That kick was strong enough to crack concrete. Her leg strength. It's insane, Qin Shi thought. Captain Bai said, "Did you really think someone without strength could become captain of the section division?" Qin growled. "So you were hiding your real power. But that arrogant attitude, you're getting on my nerves." "Move." Professor Bai stepped forward. "I know humans can't compare to an outsider like you, but brute strength won't solve everything. Think carefully. Your actions affect everyone around you." "What do you mean by that?" Qin asked. Captain Bai pointed behind him. "That girl is proof." Haisha thought she's trying to stall for time, trying to summon reinforcements. Robots started reassembling themselves behind her. Qin stared. "How are they coming back to life?" He glared at Bai. "Do you really think these worthless toys will stop me? I won't just stand here and watch you drag Haisha away. And don't forget, she still hasn't explained how she tricked me into coming here." He stepped forward. "So I'll give you one advice. Don't even think about catching me. Go chase someone else. You should know when to quit. You can't fight me." Professor Bai said sharply, "The parasite inside you must have driven you insane. I'm trying to help you. You lost your freedom long ago in Scarlet Emperor City. You have nowhere to run." She continued, "You're trapped. Leaving this city isn't even an option. Cooperating with me is your last way out. And one more thing I forgot to mention. Capturing you is part of my plan." "What plan?" Qin asked. "Once I turn you in," she said, "the reward will secure my promotion as commander of District 11. With that authority, I can negotiate leniency for you, maybe even bring you into my organization. As an outsider, you could maximize your value. You might even become human again. So, will you join me?" Qin paused. Behind him, Haisha struggled, her mouth sealed shut. "Don't trust her," she thought desperately. "She only wants the parasite spirit inside you. She wants to feed her vanity, nothing else." If Qin could see clearly, he'd notice the victims around them. Slum dwellers who made the same mistake before. Qin raised his hand. "Cooperate? So you've decided?" Bai asked. Qin lifted his middle finger. "I'm not interested in cooperating with hypocrites." Bai froze in shock, then snapped an order. "Capture him." Weapons hummed. Robots charged. But before they could reach him, a man dropped from the rooftop, wielding a massive weapon. "Move it, small fries. He's mine." He slammed down with such force that the ground shattered, throwing all robots aside. Qin dodged backward as the weapon crashed down. The man swung again. Qin barely crossed his arms in time before the blow blasted him away, sending him crashing through the ceiling. Even Bai stared in disbelief. What on earth? A police robot tried to strike the newcomer from behind. He flicked his weapon once. The robot split apart instantly. "Hello, Captain Bai," he said. "That black-haired kid is my target. Anyone who interferes won't end well." "Your target?" Bai muttered. Realization hit her. Meanwhile, Qin attacked from behind, slashing with his claws, but the goggled man blocked effortlessly. "So your strongest weapon is your claws," he said. He slipped sideways, so fast even Qin spirit sensed danger too late. A punch struck Qin in the ribs, sending him stumbling. Qin recovered and kicked back. The man blocked smoothly. "I'm a hunter," he said, "sent by Lord Jiang. I deal with cases involving outsiders like you. That thing inside you is high level and extremely valuable. Unfortunately, I'll have to kill you first. Then I'll rip that spirit out of your body. Or maybe I'll just eat it directly." Qin's spirit whispered in his mind. "He's from the Hunter Guild." The hunter struck again. Below, one of Bai's officers asked, "Captain, what should we do?" Qin's spirit continued explaining. The Hunter Guild, outsiders who survived Scarlet Emperor City, trained into killing machines. They hunt targets for clients, mostly outsiders. That's why they're called outsider hunters. Captain Bai clenched her fists. "I can't waste this chance. The commander position of District 11 must be mine. If I lose it, everything I've worked for, all gone." She remembered her past. A Rakshasa family, priceless assets, global influence. Destroyed when her father defied the organization. Their entire clan was hunted. She alone survived. I must inherit father's will. Only I, Bufang, have the right to sit in the commander's seat. I will rebuild my power. I will restore my family's legacy. She looked at Qin Shi and the hunter fighting. They're stronger than any robot I have. But Qin Shi's friend is still with us. He can't run. She ordered her robots. Let those two weaken each other first. The fight raged across the rooftop. Qin Shi and the hunter smashing through walls and machinery. But Qin Shi was at a disadvantage. A heavy strike hit him squarely, sending him crashing through the roof into the open sky. The hunter jumped up after him, but Qin Shi slipped away into the shadows. "Ha!" the hunter muttered. "Running already? Fight me properly first." He searched the rooftop corners. Qin Shi hid beneath the ledge, silent. When the hunter moved away, Qin Shi slipped back inside, toward Bai. He saw Haisha restrained by the officers. Bai noticed something and whispered, "Officers, look behind you." Her eyes narrowed. Just as I thought. Qin Shi's real target is his companion.